was the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up my sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes did appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver, so lively and quick. I knew in that moment he must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. Up to the house the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkle I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was white as snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and he filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like down to the thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I chose this poem because, of course, it's Christmas time. The theme of this poem is mainly about joy and magic and surprise. I figured this poem would be very exciting since it is Christmas time, and it gives people the insight of what Christmas really means and how to prepare everyone for Christmas. Literary devices used in this poem are personification, similes, and imagery. Personification is used in the poem as visions of sugar plums dance in their heads. It's an example of a broader meaning because sugar plums can't actually dance. And some similes that are used throughout the poem as well are, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. Or, away to the window, I flew like a flash, and his belly was like a bowl full of jelly, because his belly is not jelly. So, some imagery that is used throughout the story is pretty much used throughout everything. You get a sense of what's really going on, how they were excited over everything, how the children slept in their beds and were excited that Santa would soon be there, and how the narrator is seeing all of this happen and he just sees Santa, and you can really get an image of how Santa actually is. So this is my poem, Visit from St. Nicholas.